Hey everyone, and welcome back to some more Civilization 5. So, I've been re-evaluating my goals here, and I'm actually considering going after New York and Washington first, because they would be significantly easier to take compared to Warsaw, which has 121 city combat strength, but these two only have combat strength in the low 80s. With that said, I dislike the idea of declaring war on Poland in general, because they are the only other civilization with order, and if Austria goes for something other than order, I will be in trouble. I could easily drop into negative happiness. And then Poland could be forced to change their ideology, and I would be completely screwed. Then I would probably have to change myself. I mean, I could stay with order, but it will be tough to maintain my happiness. I hope that's not going to happen. But I have to assume Austria will go for something other than order, which will be highly problematic for me. But we'll see what happens, alright? We'll see what happens. Still, regardless of all that, I am strongly considering going after New York and Washington. I like how they just jumped up almost 20 points right after I say that. Come on, man. Also, I think I'm going to grab a research agreement with Austria after all. I wasn't going to, but my income is pretty decent, so I think it's not a bad idea. I think it's acceptable. So I'm still gonna do it. I'll just give them some gold, get some gold per turn in return, and we can grab a research agreement. This is probably not totally worth it. However, my income is decent, and this will still be worth an acceptable chunk of science. Yeah, Alex doesn't exactly like me, which is not news. Okay, I already knew that. That is not news at all. Alright, here's another artillery. So our army is looking decent. A few more units probably wouldn't hurt. I did queue up an anti-aircraft gun after the triplane, because I want at least one triplane and at least one anti-aircraft gun. I want both. So we're working on getting one of each. Krakow is building a castle. Also, since I don't know what Austria is going to pick, I will not be annexing Krakow until they do. Oh great, Alex completed the Eiffel Tower. I hoped to build that myself, but I guess that will not be happening anymore. Yeah, I was really hoping to build that myself. I guess we are definitely not doing that. Yep. Okay, well, let's continue with the order here. I'll take Young Pioneers to get more happiness. We'll take Interception 2. And then after Interception 2, we can take Air Reaper. But that will obviously take some time. Alright, yeah, so I will actually move towards New York and Washington. With that said, it will be a little bit slower now that it got a bump in combat strength. Let's wait for our turn before we make any deals. But we could make some decent deals. Here's a promotion, yeah, that's yet another artillery. There you go. Okay, time to upgrade this fella. He just needs like one more attack to get the +1 range. That would be quite helpful. Also, if I'm going to declare war on Poland, we should probably move our frigates towards our island city. If or when it gets attacked. It probably will get attacked. It's likely just a matter of time. Yeah, Poland also has Great War infantry. My plan is basically to get plastics, get proper infantry, and then try to take a city quickly. Which is why I wanted to switch to New York instead of, like, Warsaw. Because I can take that quicker. And speed is going to be the important part here. Because Poland could potentially throw a lot of units at me. They have 10,000 gold. They could throw a lot of units at me, and I don't want that to happen. I want to take a city before they get a chance to send a lot of defenses that way. So yeah, that's basically the plan. If Warsaw did not have the Red Fort, this would have been easier for sure. But unfortunately it does. Yeah. Unfortunately. Alright, let's build a railroad towards the border. That might be helpful. That's our city. I suppose I might as well buy that oil. But we won't be able to improve it until refrigeration. So we'll go refrigeration and then rocketry. Obviously first we'll finish plastics. We are getting a scientist in 3 turns. So I plan to pop him to get plastics. I could instead wait to finish plastics normally, build research labs, and then the scientist will be worth more. But I'd rather just get plastics faster to get infantry, so that then I can declare war while having infantry. That will be more useful from my point of view. Alright, you guys go down here, obviously. I don't want to go too close to the border, because I don't want to declare war prematurely. And Poland would definitely get suspicious if I moved too close to their border. Let's not do that. I definitely do not want world religion to pass. Absolutely not. So I assume Austria will enter modern era soon. I'm surprised they haven't yet. But they have to be close. Okay, world religion failed. That's a very, very good thing here. Let's explore a little bit more. Not that I expect to find anything mind-blowing, but knowing more about the Polish territory might be useful. I'm curious whether they have any large coastal city. I assume there's one somewhere. Because Wrocław is not a large coastal city. They have to have an older, larger coastal city somewhere. We'll see about that. Alright, you guys go across here, there you go. Alright. There's still an antiquity site over here, so I could get an archaeologist and an artifact. But I'm not really in a rush. I was really hoping to build the Eiffel Tower, but oh well, whatever. Speaking of wonders, we are about to get a great engineer with faith. And there's the scientist. I will pop him right away. There's not much point waiting, so just pop him and we'll get plastics in 2 turns. I could also try to get some other people to declare war on Poland. Maybe like Alex? Okay, let me check. He might be willing to do it. He might actually be willing to do it. Let's find out. He would do it! Okay, will you take just copper? Yes, you will! Okay, I'm more than fine with this arrangement. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with this arrangement. That totally works for me. Alright, I think I might build some more railroads around here. You know, just for logistical purposes. I'm considering it. Well, this one might be useful in the future. But I'm thinking like here, something like that. We will have to pay a little bit of gold in maintenance, but I think this would be very useful for logistical purposes. So I'm gonna do that. Obviously, we'll connect our actual cities. Alright, what did we build next? Probably another workabout. Yup. Do we have walls in here? We do not. Okay, let's build walls and then we'll get the workabout. I might actually need walls in here. No, I don't expect Alex to do a whole lot about Poland. But you never know, maybe he will. We can sell this for 240. There you go. And we're almost back to 1000. Okay, what ideology is it? It's not order. Because my happiness would have gone up. And it has gone down. Freedom. That is not good. That is definitely not good. Not happy about that whatsoever. Oh no, Poland is in negative happiness. That is extremely bad. Because they might switch ideology. If Poland switches ideology, I will have to switch ideology. Which sucks because I already have 2 tenets. But I will probably have to switch ideology if Poland switches it. I really, really hope that's not gonna happen. Alright, let's take cover 1. We'll move in this general direction, of course. Right, again, we don't want Poland to get so suspicious yet. And honestly, I really hate the idea of going to war with Poland, because they are the only ones with order. But I don't really have any other neighbor other than Sweden. Poland also doesn't have any other neighbor. Like, I was kind of screwed with this map. I was actually screwed with this map. Not happy about that at all. This was a terrible map for us. Not just in terms of the actual map, but the overall situation on this map, the location of different civilizations, and how our relations worked out in the long term. I got really, really screwed. But, well, that's just my luck, I guess. You guys know all about my bad RNG and the edge cases I ran into. This was definitely a bit of an edge case game. I don't even have any easy access to anyone other than Sweden, really. Yeah, I don't. Obviously Washington was here, but now he's dead. So he doesn't really count. Okay, Jakarta. We will have plastics on the next turn, but there's nothing I can do in one turn. I guess I can get this stable. I'm really not happy about the ideology thing. If Poland switches ideology, like, that's gonna be a massive disaster. And if his happiness drops too much, then he definitely will. See, this is why declaring war on them is a terrible idea. Because if I force him to have even less happiness, that could trigger the ideology switch, and then I'm really screwed. I might have to just not declare war. It's a terrible idea, declaring war right now. I don't necessarily want to just like bunker down and go for science, because I could win this game pretty easily by just going science. Like, not declare any other wars. And that would objectively be the best move. Like, that is objectively the right thing to do here. But, I mean, I played so many Civilization 5 games that, like, I find it kind of boring to just do, like, the most optimal thing. I just want to do the fun thing. And the fun thing is to go to war. I mean, you guys know me, right? You know I don't like playing a totally peaceful game. I like wars. Wars are fun. They're a big part of civilization. So I like them. But it's objectively a mistake declaring war on Poland in this situation. It could even cause me to have a much harder time winning this game. I could even lose this game because of that. I could lose this game as basically a direct result of declaring this war. Because it would lead to various other consequences that would then cause me to lose this game. That could definitely happen. It's a totally realistic scenario here. Also, Poland just built Kremlin. Not that it mattered too much, but they did. Come on. Don't switch ideologies. If my happiness drops to negatives, you know they just switched. I mean, it might drop into the negatives anyway, but if it drops very suddenly, then you know what happened. Obviously, there will be a notification in the bottom right corner as well. But, yeah. That's what's going to happen. So I really don't want him to, like, lose even more happiness. We'll see what happens, alright? We'll see what happens. I'm kind of pissed at Austria, though. And a lot of the time, AI really likes order. Okay, Sweden stole military science. Whatever. I forgive you, it doesn't really matter. Not much he can do with it, so it's fine. And we'll get a bit of a diplomatic bonus this way. Another reason why, like, declaring war is not a great idea is because I need these research labs, so I cannot focus on military production right now. That would be a huge mistake. Not building the research labs. I need the research labs. Another problem with this game, though, is that I have no aluminum, and like no really easy way to get it. In fact, that would be a good reason to take New York. because it has aluminum. A lot of it too. I really hate how this game worked out. Like, I really hate the fact that Poland is basically my only meaningful neighbor. All these other people, like, they are basically completely unreachable. It's impossible to reach them. And Alex, who's in the lead in this game, he's just totally unreachable. It's basically impossible to reach him in any reasonable manner. By the time I'm able to reach him easily, this game will be over. So I really don't like how that played out.
Jak ci się podoba,
It's
moja
pretty terrible. You look at all that gold Poland has. Anyway, another great engineer in 5 turns. I will definitely use them for Hubble Space Telescope. That's basically the plan. Just brush Hubble Space Telescope when we get there. I might just have to, like, not go to war again in this game, unless somebody declares war on me. I need Poland to keep order. And declaring war on him makes that less likely. So I really can't afford to go to war with him. On the other hand, like, I could really use New York. It's a really tough situation. Because I can do the boring thing and win, or I can do the fun thing and lose. Like, the best thing to do here would be to sign declaration of friendship with him. Okay, he will not accept, which is fair, I suppose. Okay, I skipped a bunch of turns because nothing exciting is really happening, but right now, yeah, there was a world ideology, autocracy vote. Wait, what? Oh, I lost my scout to, like, a barbarian. Okay, whatever, that doesn't matter. But yeah, fortunately that did not pass. If that passed, then yeah, I would have been in trouble, especially happiness-wise. I did improve my happiness because I bought some luxuries from Poland. I will not be going to war with Poland. It would just be a terrible idea. I would basically lose this game if I did that. Also, I can probably grab that antiquity site. But I have to, like, lock it down with my units. And let's grab a quick archaeologist. Anyway, I guess I'll see you when something actually interesting happens. Alright, I got a tier 2 tenet in order. Which means we're going to use it for happiness, because I don't really have much of an alternative here. I have to use it for Academy of Sciences. Normally I would likely use it for 5-year plan or even workers' faculties, but we need happiness, so I'm taking Academy of Sciences.
Jak ci się podoba, moja oferta?
And I just got the declaration of friendship with Poland. I will accept that because there's absolutely no reason to go to war with Poland, or rather, it would simply be a mistake. As much as I would like to do it for fun, yeah, I can't really do it. Also, I am working on Apollo program right now, it's 4 turns away, and we're working on satellites. As soon as I finish satellites, I will be using my engineers to rush Hubble Space Telescope, which will give us 2 great scientists. And then we can pop both. So that's basically the plan from here. Alright, we just got satellites, so we can see the whole map. And look at this. Just a reminder, this is a Pangea map. Right here, it's a Pangea, this is not fractal. Yeah, I mean, it does look like a Pangea up until, like, this point here. This bit definitely looks like a proper-ish Pangea. The annoying part are these mountains right here. So getting from here to here would be rather challenging. Yeah, there are 2 really narrow choke points here, and here, and here. Other than that, it's all blocked off by mountains. And then, yeah, good luck going through here. If you wanted to reach Greece through land, then you would basically have to wipe out, at the very least, Ethiopia on the way. Yeah, Greece is pretty much unreachable through land. Especially from this starting location that we got. Yep. Also, I did finish Apollo program, I was just waiting for satellites. First, let's get Hubble. I might still finish the stadium, but I'm not sure yet, we'll see. First, we need Hubble. Right away. Okay, 2 turns is acceptable. And I'll use the other engineer for production. And I think we need this tile back in Warsaw. I mean, back in Jakarta. So let's get that. Well, I did switch the food trade routes to production to Jakarta, which means that I need to watch my food now. But we will still have food on this tile. One food with a manufactory. We could have a grassland with two food. Okay, I don't know if I can afford to get more manufactories. Maybe if I remove one of the specialists. But okay, I don't think I can actually afford it. Not really. Kind of. I could shuffle things around, which might not be worth doing. Okay, that might not be worth doing. There are still some wonders that will come up, like the CN Tower, which is not a bad one, it's +1 happiness per city. So maybe I will keep this guy, or we can use him for a different city. Yeah, nobody said we have to have a manufactory in our capital, we don't. So let's just keep him. Once we get to the part where we'll be building spaceship parts, we'll want to be building them in more than one city. So more than one city is going to need recent production. So that's that for now. Okay, we got Hubble. Oh, and by the way, I did buy a bunch of aluminum from the AI. That's why I have it, just in case you're wondering. And we're getting aid from Manila, a city-state I got. So we're mostly covered, we just don't have any of our own. Anyway, there's Hubble. Now, I could save these scientists for now, but I think we should get them out ASAP, so that we can get started on boosters. We'll need 3 of them. So I'm going to pop them. Let's pop this one first, and that will reveal uranium. Where's uranium? We do not have a single source, because there would have been no notification. Well, there's uranium here near Warsaw, but we don't have any of our own. That is unfortunate. No nukes. Yeah, well, unless I buy it from somebody else, which would probably be doable, but we don't have our own. Very unfortunate. And Alexander just built the Apollo program, so he's also working on it. I will basically be bracing Alexander here. And I don't even have uranium. Again, I could buy it, I suppose, but then I would have to get nukes to Alexander, which I guess would require me to go basically all the way east from here, and then I could maybe drop nukes on him. So that would be doable. I will finish the stadium and then we can build the Manhattan project, because I have to wait for more research to get started on satellite parts. I mean, rocket parts. I guess I could get the cockpit. But yeah, I will finish the stadium first, because we need to have enough happiness to not drop into the negatives. By the way, this is another reason to stay friendly with Poland. I'm currently buying a total of 3 luxuries from him. Without those, I would have been totally screwed on happiness. This is the reason why I'm not dropping into the negative happiness. The luxuries from him. Yeah, this is gonna be 17 gold per turn. I mean 14. Yeah. Wait, I'm doing gold, not gold per turn. Yeah, should be 14. Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be 18. Okay, I mean, that's worth it. I need the happiness. Okay, and then we'll work on the cockpit in our capital. That will take 12 turns. And we got another tenet. So now I can pick up... Well, I mean, I could finish rationalism, which is definitely an option. I could do that. And then we could actually fade by some scientists to speed up our research. On the other hand, if I get a level 3 tenet in order, I could get an engineer and a scientist and the ability to finish spaceship parts with engineers. That would be more valuable. So we should continue order. And I can still get a little bit of more happiness here from National Wonders. However, this time I'm actually thinking either Hero of the People or Double Agents. I did send a spy to Athens. Okay, no, 109 turns. I don't think we'll be doing that. Yeah, no. Oh wait, double agents won't even help with that. Yeah, I was thinking about a different one entirely. Right, yeah, let's just get a little bit of happiness. Although, I mean, Hero of the People is not bad. It would speed up great people. All of them. Yeah, let's get Hero of the People, actually. A few happiness points from National Wonders wouldn't really make much of a difference. I should be able to stay above 0 right now. But just so you know, we are getting the maximum penalty right now. So minus 32. I would be at 40 happiness right now. Yeah, it's been a problem, but we're handling it. I will get 10% with Sweden pretty soon. Not sure if that will move us off Revolutionary Wave, but we'll see. Okay, this is the world leader vote. Alexander is nowhere close to being able to win. I did take some city-states away from him, and also Poland did. So I don't think he will be able to win that way. And I do have spies working in several cities. I'm currently trying to get Wellington away from him, which is one of these. It's one of these. It's in here somewhere. Yeah, right here. So we only need 133, which is still a lot, but the spy should help with that. Okay, I can actually propose something. So I'm thinking international games. It will help with my happiness at least a little bit. We definitely need that. Okay, here's the vote for international games. We will obviously vote for that. I actually do not want the International Space Station to pass at the same exact time. So I will vote against that a little bit. But we definitely want some extra happiness from international games. So I'm working on 2 boosters here. My capital will have to build a third one. I actually don't know if I can find the time to work on international space, on the international games. But I suppose we'll see about that. I don't know. Okay, they both passed, which is kind of bad. Yeah. Okay, I can do it in the capital for a bit, but I think these other 2 cities have to work on the booster. Maybe this one can also work on international games a little bit, because it's ahead in production of Surabaya. I will get at least bronze. I would like silver if possible, but not at the cost of like losing, because Alexander is also working on the space project, which is not unexpected. We need at least 360 to get plus 3 happiness. I do want the influence boost with all the city-states, but yeah, we'll see how it progresses. By the way, I'm trading 5 horses for 5 aluminum with Austria, which I find kind of hilarious. But hey, they keep accepting, so I keep doing it. And yeah, I'm saving 1 scientist. Although I could probably pop him by now. 5.6k, let's just pop him. There. Okay, and we got 2 engineers, mostly to rush the last spaceship part, basically. That's the plan. Okay, 420. We could go for the 720, I guess. I still need some research to get to particle physics. What's the tech count? We got 67, Alex has 68. And I'm working 3 different research agreements right now, in case you're wondering. So let's keep it up. I could probably work on it in here a little bit too. It just needs to finish the booster before we finish the whole thing. There's no like huge rush to finish the booster right now. We just need all 3 boosters by the time we get all the other parts. Yeah, okay, electronics stolen, whatever. So this is production to Jakarta, I've been doing that a lot. And this is just a normal trade route, I assume. Okay, we can do like Samarkand. We can do Poland. We can also send it to Greece, but I don't think I want to do that. Just send it to Poland, that's acceptable. Okay, I'm almost done with silver. I suspect Alex will get International Space Station. I don't think I really had any chance to compete for that. It's already like 33% done. And we got a research agreement with Poland, because I've been running that too, as you might imagine. We will get another one, of course. I am currently running all of these research agreements with every save I'm friendly with. which is Austria, Ethiopia, and Poland. I'm running all three of them. Okay, we have enough for silver now, so there's no need to work that anymore. I've actually been doing International Space Station in here. And yeah, I'm not even going to get bronze for that. I don't think it's really worth bothering with that. Yeah, not really. That one-time research boost would be nice. It is 55% done. Okay, maybe we should do it. I'm actually changing my mind. Okay, what the heck? Let's try to get the bronze at least. Because if Alex gets a big research boost but I don't, that's a bit problematic. Because he's slightly ahead of me in science and tech. So we'll try. Okay, just send this to Poland. We actually got some trade routes. Quests with the city-states, like Budapest here. Can we reach that from here? No. Okay, Brussels. Can't do that one from here either. And that's it. And this one. This is Manila. Can't do that one. I'm friendly with Manila, so that one doesn't matter too much. Okay, we can send this one to Alex. We can have one trade route with Alex. Okay, I managed to get enough for bronze. We got 497 and it's 89% completed. I suspect Alex will get the top reward. Now we can resume our spaceship part production. Yep, he got the top place, which we expected. But we got bronze at least, so that's okay. He's getting pretty close to world leader here. I hope I can win like before that happens, but I don't know about that. I'll try, okay? I'll try. Alright, we're about to get the booster. There you go. So now we can temporarily do some other things. Because, well, I'm still waiting for particle physics. Once we get particle physics, we can build the engine in our capital. And then we'll need nanotechnology, and then we can rush the stasis chamber. And by the time we do that, the other two boosters will be complete. So that's basically the plan from here. In fact, we are about to get a great scientist, and I just use an artist to get a golden age. And I will probably just send the trade routes to Jakarta to give it more production at this point. I'm already sending all the possible sea trade routes, so I'll send a few land trade routes as well. Wait, Alex is somehow friendly, which is interesting. He was already hostile for a long time, and now he's friendly? That's kind of weird, but okay. Well, there's the scientist, and let's pop him right away. And that gives me particle physics. Right, I will finish the seaport, but then we'll work on the spaceship part. I could just buy the nuclear plant. I have the money. But I don't think that's necessary, because we'll have to wait for the final tech anyway, so it really doesn't really matter. Okay, this is really suspicious that he's friendly all of a sudden. Kind of strange. But it happened before. Also, I upgraded my units just in case anyone gets any weird ideas, and I paid Poland a little bit of gold per turn to make them declare war on Sweden. Just in case they had any ideas to attack me. And I did get warned that he was plotting against me, so that's the main reason I did it. Yeah, now Alex denounced me, so he wasn't friendly for very long. Yeah, he changed his mind pretty quickly. Also, we're about to get another scientist, and we'll get another tenet in 5 turns, which will give me the level 3 tenet. That will allow me to rush spaceship parts, and it will also give me a scientist and an engineer. So, I think we'll actually pull this off. But it was really close. It was really close. Okay, yeah, there's the scientist, and there's the engine, so add the engine. We will pop the scientist right away. I switched Medan and Surabaya to science focus, or research focus, because there's no reason not to do that, I guess. Wait, what? Barbarians just spawned. Or rather, rebels, I guess? I assume Poland is in negative happiness. -9. We still got a revolutionary wave, by the way, but I've been handling it. Okay, slightly annoying, but doesn't really matter all that much. We'll kill them. World leader, 35-39. This is the last vote of this type, but he was really close. If I didn't get a few city-states away from him, he might have actually won this one. It's definitely a possibility. We will almost certainly win this game by the time another world leader vote happens. At least I'm pretty confident that we will. Okay, I'm just making sure that new world leader was not chosen. Okay, we're about to get the final tenor that we need and also finish robotics at the same time. So now we will pick up Spaceflight Pioneers, which is part of the reason why I wanted order, obviously not the only one. And we will pop the scientist right away, that's 6.2k, and we need 7 turns. So basically we will win this game in 8 turns, because then I can get the final part. Well, I guess 10 turns, because we need to finish it, and then we need to add it to our spaceship, but you get the point. Okay, there's the nanotechnology, so now we can actually finish this. Let's do it then. Queue up stasis chamber, and then we can rush it with our engineers. There you go. I don't need 3, 2 is enough. Now we just need to wait 1 turn to actually finish it, and that's basically it. It was actually pretty close. What's the tech count? We got 69, no, that's Ethiopia. We got 75, and Alexander also has 75. So this was really, really close. And he was trying pretty hard. Not to mention he almost won diplomatic victory. This whole game was very unfortunate. We got a pretty bad civilization for this map, and also we got a pretty bad map with Alexander being on the other side of it, with all these mountains, cutting it in half. It was very unfortunate. But there you go, we actually did it. It was a little bit later in terms of turn count than I would have liked, but we did it. Anyway, I guess that's going to be it for this video and this series. I will definitely do more Civilization 5, and I will try to roll a more exciting map with a more exciting civilization to play. Because, well, this game could have been more fun for sure. Anyhow, thanks for watching all the way to the end, I appreciate it. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.